All right, so now let's work on the bottom half. So this time we're in between 180 degrees and 270, which can also be written as between pi and 3 pi over 2 radians. I'm going to draw my terminal side. Pretty generic graph. Go ahead and draw that line to create an imaginary triangle. And we're going to think about the signs on each of these sides. We've established r will always be positive because no matter what x and y are, when we square them, they become positive. Here, our x value is still going to be negative because it's on the left side of the y-axis. And then also our y value this time is going to be negative because it's below the x-axis. So when we go down here and we do these different trig functions, we're going to have double negatives at times. So sine is y over r. That means we have a negative over a positive, which makes sine and cosecant negative. Cosine is x over r. So our x value would be negative and our r is positive, which makes cosine negative, which in turn makes secant negative. Lastly, tangent is always y over x, and both of our y and x values are negative, and a negative divided by negative makes a positive. So both of these will be positive. All right, one more. Let's go over here to 270 to 360. So that's going to be in the fourth quadrant. There's my angle. I'm going to put a point and then draw this line to create my imaginary triangle so it's more easy to visualize. R will always be positive. Hopefully you're ahead of me here. X values are going to be positive. The Y values are going to be negative. So we're going to go down here and fill this in. Notice I keep referring back to page 29. If you don't feel comfortable with these, just keep referring to it, But you can also think of it in this triangle as what you already know, opposite over hypotenuse, adjacent over hypotenuse. So sine is going to be negative over positive, which makes a negative. Cosine is going to be adjacent over hypotenuse, so that's positive over positive, which makes this positive. And tangent is going to be opposite over adjacent, so negative over positive, which makes a negative for tangent and cotangent. So now that we have all this information, go ahead and glue it in, and we're going to work out some example problems.